Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Pre-Market Prep at the close. Spencer Israel here with Joel Elconin, with you for the final 19 minutes of today's session. And Joel, I guess you would call today a risk on day because the quote unquote safety sectors of tech and healthcare that have held up the best are pretty much the only areas of the market that are weak today. Everything else has rallied hard.
Yeah, you had that juicy open, Spencer. Everyone was looking for the moon, the Scots, market to go to the moon. You opened up, they slammed those market on buy orders. Your pre-market high 1350. You only got to 12 and a quarter. You started to head south a little bit, but then you got some I believe it was consumer confidence or lack of confidence, and that hit the market. Couldn't quite take out the pre-market low of 28.51. You got to 28.54, and pretty much just in a holding pattern since then. So still in the green, probably the fifth, sixth day in a row. That's what we're looking at here in the June S&Ps. Crude got as high. This is July crude here. Got as high as 1966, but boy, it turned around. Low of 1727. Still a lot of pressure on the oil patch. Silver in the red, gold in the red, gold in the red by 440 at 1790.40. Silver in the red by 5.1 cents at 1529. And Bitcoin up $1. The futures 7,790. So that's where we stand here. With about 18 minutes to go in the session.
Yeah, so all in all, a pretty orderly day. Like I said, I mean, a lot of red in tech, a lot of red in healthcare, but otherwise a lot of green on the screen. I just want to take these next few minutes and just go over a lot of the earnings stocks that we didn't get the chance to go over this morning. And we'll start with some of the ones we did go over and just kind of recap how the day kind of played out in those. So let's start with LUV here. This is kind of the one that was down for a reason other than their report, and that was some dilution. They had announced they were going to do an offering, as well as would they issue warrants, or I believe it was an offering and they were issued warrants, I believe. So, oh no,
Okay.
convertible notes, convertible notes. So LUV was down from the dilution of that, not so much from their report. The report was bad as we knew it would be, but I'll pull the chart up here and Joel, it's bounced back hard.
Yeah, this is the old reversal trick, right? You take out the low of the move. Everyone is like, oh, all in on the short side. Get rid of the longs. The prior low of the move was 28.80, right? You had a low at 28.80, 20 low at 28.85. You flush that out. You get rid of the longs. Boom, you come back up through those parallels. You caught people short or people that were looking to buy it at 28 even. You rallied up to 30.48, going to close a little bit green on the session, but I just think that was someone pulled a technical fast one here on traders, shorting it going through 28.80, and then they brought it back up to that level. So new low of the move, 28 and a quarter. Low close through the move, I believe, has been 29.11. We're not sure, but looks like we're going to close above that. So green day, good day here for the issue.
That daily chart looks pretty orderly, just the way it
Yep.
just slowly fall into the low 30s and the high 20s. But let's look at Hog here, HOG. This is one where the expectations were extremely low, and they came in above it on the earnings per share. Their EPS was 51 cents versus a 41-cent estimate. Sales missed by a smidge, but barely, 1.01 versus 1.04 billion. We'll call that in line. They did withdraw their guidance for the year, and they said that their U.S. sales for the first 10 weeks of the quarter were positive. So if we extrapolate that, it would have been a good quarter if not for this crisis. But the market just took it and ran.
Yeah, dash for trash here. Harley Davidson, poor performer. It overperformed on the way down nearly 60%, only rallied like 35%. It's just a dog. People are looking for dog stocks to buy, and there's nothing like a dog like a hog. So that's what they did. They bought that stock up 2064 open, 2033 low, trading up $3. I'll be interested to see if this rally has any follow through tomorrow. this stock peaked in 2006, Spencer, at $76, went back up to 74, made a monthly double top in 2014. Horrible, horrible, horrible relative performer. I have absolutely no interest in it on the long side. And when people come out of this recession, are they going to be hopping and buying expensive Harleys? Is my question for you.
I no, you wouldn't think so, but it is a lifestyle. So lifestyles are recession proof. I don't know. I really don't know. But
Really, lifestyles are recession proof.
no lifestyle. Yeah, some. Okay, not
You
all.
ask the people that aren't able to put food on the table right now.
Yeah, two.
With
Okay, yeah, I'm with you there. But Harley's it has a pretty long term uh a diehard fan base. So I don't know.
sure,
I feel
okay,
like they're. I mean, yeah, it's a dog. I don't know if that means it's nothing goes
going to
straight to
zero. It's not, I don't think it's
nothing goes
going to
straight to
zero.
zero, right? Yeah. All right, I want to look at 3M here. Their report was good. They beat on their EPS and they beat on their sales this morning. The EPS $2.16 versus a $2.03 estimate. Sales also beat 8.1 for $7.9 billion. It did give a bit back after the open, but still up for the day.
Let's see. Triple M here, the maker of tape. They got in a little tiff with Trump too as well. Correct. Uh, Good day. I mean, you can't say it's a bad day when it's trading up $4.34 here. You had a gap up. This was a tough one to trade because you had the higher open. You had foul. Oh no foul. Well, foul through to 163, and then they turned it down and took it to 155.20. Didn't even get into the top of yesterday's range, which was 154.49. If as long as it stays above that gap, 155, I like it. Making a new high for the rebound. I don't know. You can figure your 50% retracement from last month, but once again, here's a stock horrible relative performer. This one made its all-time high in January of 2018 at 259.77. So when you're looking for stocks to buy, and I know we missed a big rebound off the low, that's not a chart, unless you think there's a major turnaround in the company. But overall, good day for the maker of tape.
I want to move on to some of the companies that are due to report after the close today. We're going to get Google, we're going to get Ford, Starbucks, FireEye, iRobot. Let's start with Google here. They are the big gun and the first of the FANG stocks to report this season. We've been talking about just how relentless that FANG trade has been. Google, we know they said they cut their advertising budget. We would expect to see some sort of contraction in the digital advertising side of their business, which is where they make a lot of their revenue from. But Google, nonetheless, is one of these big tech names, and it's down pretty big today. It's down, what, 3% today?
Al Smith is asking me, do you guys think Facebook and Google are about to tumble a bit? I don't. The more I think in this market, the more I get in trouble. So I don't think anything. Okay. But what I can unequivocally say here about Google is it's hit a wall. It's hit a wall at 1,300. I mean, call it 1280, call it 1298.15, 1285. I mean, to me, you had the rebound. I think the actual high of the rebound is 94.43. So if I was playing this and and I'm an owner of this stock, I want to see it blow through 1,300, go 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, 1,400. If not, definitely could give some back of this rebound. I have no idea what they're advertising. I have no idea what the revenues are going to be. I have no idea what their EPS is going to be. But if they do go into the retreat here, off that March low, which was around let's call it 1,000. 1150. I mean, if they whoop this thing, I could easily see it going to 1150 or lower. Facebook, man, it had people going the other way yesterday afternoon when it got to 193.75, but someone decided they want out ahead of the print. Closed at 187.50. Did see that level today, 189.20. But due to close near the lows for the session, This one I was looking at technically a little bit before. Needs to hold 180. 180 is the trap door in here. Your low the other day was 180.83. 180 is the 50% retracement. If you take out 180, man, you could see this thing in the lower 170 handle in a heartbeat. Not playing either of these stocks with options or stock and earnings.
If I can go back to Google for a second, I think the expected move is somewhere around 5.5%. To the upside or downside. And I would expect that whatever Google does, that should provide some color as to how Facebook, Amazon, and Apple could move. So and Microsoft, just big tech tends to trade together. So
Yeah, well, I
I'd
will
be
tell you, these stocks have not participated in the last 2 days, and that's why I
right.
probably got hurt on a short yesterday because I was looking at the. Actually, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. The top eight components in the index trading red. The top five components are all technology stocks: Mr. Softy, Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook. So there, and you talked about it here, the rotation out of tech here into more safe havens. That's not what you want to see after a major bull run in the market that we've seen. Falling towards the lows of the session here, folks. I did not pay attention at 350. What I didn't notice what the imbalances were, Spencer. When you have that, please let me know. Your pre-market low stands at 28.51. Your intraday low stands at 28.54. Not much under that, folks. 28.43.75 would
I
be another
see
target on the
I
downside.
see 600 million to sell. 627 million to
You
sell.
lightening up on your portfolio a little bit there, Spencer?
Just a tad. Just a
Okay.
tad.
Not a bad place, man. I tell you, anybody out there that saw it go down to 2,200 and saw us back over 2,900, I've probably been saying this since 2,600, but any long term investors out there, whew, I don't know. I'm not going to say buy, sell, or hold, but man, oh man, awful tasty up here at 28.50, in my opinion.
All right, what about Starbucks due to report today as well after the close? The expected move is 6.3% on this one. And I was out again today, Joel, driving around for a little bit. And
You're living now, Spencer,
those drive-through lines are long. That's all I'll say.
because you know why? Because that's people's form of entertainment, going to get
You
Starbucks.
may be
I
right.
mean, me, I've never been a big fan of the $5 coffee. I go in there and get a coffee, and then I'd say, can I have two shots of espresso? And then I have them throw a little bit of coffee in there. It cost me $2.20. Once again, nice rebound off that March low, quite a ways from the 50% retracement of that all-time high. That all-time high, let's call it $100. You went to 50. No, you are $75. So this has had a nice rebound once again. You have some nervous Nellies out here ahead of the report, selling really from 78 to 80. So for this one, needs to go bid over 80 for it to for the rally continue. If you start to go into retreat, I mean, how good? I mean, they've got to had a lot of stores closed, but stocks will be getting a free pass. What I will say on the downside is you have a trio of lows at 74.40. So if you're doing a short-term scalp on a short, you get a $4 drop. The first time you may find buyers at 74.40. We are approaching the lows of the session here. Spencer, you're not doing a very good job here keeping the market up in the final stanza.
So I'll try harder tomorrow. Let's look at Ford here. Low expectations, and I don't know if those matter because the market seems to not care about expectations or anything these
I
days.
mean,
So
how can you be a fan of Ford? I mean,
how can you be bearish? How can you be bearish right now?
how can you be bearish? Pull up a monthly chart. When did that
Okay,
stock peak?
pull up a weekly, pull up a chart of the last week or the last 2 weeks.
Do you have like a little sound that's like a dead cat that you can play?
I'm not sure
I'm
what sound that would make.
dead cat, like a dead cat bounce. That's what
Yeah.
you're seeing here.
Okay.
So, are they selling cars? Are the factories open? Are dealerships open?
No, TBD, no and no.
Okay. Also, the company tells me, oh, we got enough cash to get through Q3. Oh, that makes me super comfortable. That's what they said when they cut their dividend. We got enough cash. Are they gonna? They didn't take a bailout before. I mean, the government's giving money to everybody, so they're definitely a bailout candidate.
Wow. Okay. Strong words there. It's
They're
undeniably
not.
in.
I mean, how are they going to survive here
I don't know.
unless this Goldilocks rally here comes to fruition?
Well, the market doesn't care about that stuff, though. So I.
Yeah, it will care when the loses $1 trillion, but we'll see.
All right. What about iRobot, IRBT? We have not talked about this one for a while on this show. There was a time where we talked about this stock like
Woo!
once a week, but it is also due to report after the close today, and it has just been in rocket ship mode here.
It has been, so I wouldn't be like as tempted to short this one as I would be like Alphabet or Facebook, just because there was $130 stock. Full disclosure, this is a Lisa pick. I have no idea where she picked it up, but if you ask me where she bought it, I don't know, but I can tell you she's never going to sell it. So that's for full disclosure. I'm long iRobot. I don't know. I mean, you want to see continuation here through the 61.33 high. You either got a short squeeze going into the report. Everyone that didn't cover before is getting nervous about the report. This thing moves like a banshee. If you want a juicy target here on the upside, your September high was 66.89. Call that $67 as a potential resistance point. If we go into retreat, man, I don't know. This thing's just look at your daily lows. I mean, they could slam this thing down to 52.65 is your 3-day low, 50.11 is your 4-day low. So there you go. Pick your poison in that one. Not playing it into the report. Long term shareholder of iRobot.
And then one more I wanted to look at, not earnings related, but SDC. We talked about this this morning. It caught a bid in the pre-market and it gave a lot of it back, but is held up pretty strong today. I'm wondering if this is going to be the next, big story stock of the next couple weeks or couple days.
Interesting day because you had the higher open, boom, went 4 cents higher than the old rug pull, right? Take it down to 613. Everyone thinks it's going to the top of Monday's range. No can do. Turned around at 613. So you got a gap in there on the daily chart. Closing near the highs of the session. Maybe some follow through tomorrow. Important for this stock to clear. I see a 686 high, but if I was buying this thing for a swing trade, which I'm not, I sure like to see it clear $7 and hold $7 because this stock has had the propensity to have these rallies file through for a day, day and a half, and then roll over. So important for this to 680 is a current high. 686 was your high on March 26th. Absolutely need follow through for that level for Smile Direct Club shareholders to continue to smile.
All right, final minute of the day. I'll pull up a chart of the S&P futures, Joel, and
They don't like
yeah,
it, Spencer. No,
no.
no one wants to be long going into this Google and Facebook report. Everyone is out of the pool. This is a bad day for the market. You opened up near the highs. You're closing near the lows. Dennis got just a little bit too bullish this morning. So we'll see if he's buying the dip. He won't be buying the dip tonight. I don't think so. I think he'll change his hat to sell the rip in a heartbeat here because this is not a good day for the market any way you slice it. From the S&Ps being up 45 handles, the closing in the red. This is a kind of reversal day that you want to take note of.
All right, final tally of the day. S&P 500 is all right, down 0.5%, all things considered. I guess I guess it could have been worse, but like you said at the top, a lot of green on the screen. Really, just tech and healthcare that were the problem childs today. We'll see if Google can turn that around in the after-hour session or not. That'll be it for us. Thanks for hanging out with us for the past few minutes or so. You can catch a replay of this on our YouTube channel, replay of all of our broadcasts on our YouTube channel. You can always catch our podcasts, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, Spotify. Please remember all the information from this broadcast is meant to be used as informational purposes and not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your Tuesday. Joel and I will be back with you tomorrow.